You're now tuning into
The Cover Gang.
What is going on, Cover Gang? It is the last game of the season, Super Bowl Sunday, right around the corner. We were recording on Thursday. It's like y'all had 2 weeks to record and you wait all the way till Thursday. Justin, he's been having some difficulties with a cell phone issue. Thought he was going to a Android, went back to an iPhone like I tried to tell him to do. So he's been all over the place. So you can't get in contact with the guy because he's got a brand new phone that doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, do a little bit of a recap. We went 1-1 in our picks. I think Justin outdone me because I put a double unit on the Ravens to cover the spread. They did not, and I think you put a unit and a half on the Lions. If I remember correctly. Oh no, you took both favorites.
I went 0-2. I know you said we went 1-1. I'm like, I went 0-2.
Yeah, Justin went 0-2. I went 1-1. So better again. But anyways,
1-1.
Still was not a profitable weekend for me because of Lamar's just not looking like Lamar out there. Kansas City's defense legit, as Justin's been trying to tell me for weeks now. I can admit that I was wrong on calling them fraudulent. And Mahomes just done what Mahomes does. He's turning into a mature quarterback, and this is what I wanted to see from Patrick was when he, the flash plays. He did have that one throw where he's like going down and he kind of just threw it to the middle of the field, and Kelsey comes out of nowhere and snags it. That's the stuff that I don't think the GOAT Tom Brady would do, but that's the plays that I want to see him minimize as he matures in the league, because he is chasing Brady at this point. But anyways, no, he didn't turn the ball over any. Ravens offense moved the ball in the second half, got down the field, and then just could never punch it in. The only punching that was happening was, what was it, cornerback Snead or the safety Reed? One of the two punched out the ball from Zay Flowers as he was diving into the end zone, and that just kind of solidified the game for the Chiefs. 49ers down 24-7 at one point, came back. Brock Purdy, that was kind of everybody wanted to see if he could come back.
You had a lot of questions about the 49ers coming from behind because you said how bad that Kyle Shanahan has been in his career going into late stages of the game being down.
Kyle Shanahan is he's a genius as far as writing up a script of plays, but he sticks to that script. So if the defense is, and it's happened in both playoff games this so far this year, Green Bay's defense had a good plan for his script. So did Detroit's defense early, and he's just been known to stick with the script. And he didn't. He kind of went away from it a little bit. Let Brock was scrambling. That's something we haven't seen much of. And yeah, McCaffrey came alive in the second half, and Dan Campbell probably should have kicked a field goal or two, especially the one that when they were up 24-10 to kick that field goal and go up 3 scores. I don't know if the Niners come back at that point, but once they went for it on fourth down and missed it, then the Niners came storming back, and then we actually lucked out I lucked out by the Lions scoring late just to cover.
Dan Campbell settling for a field goal? No chance.
So that is a prediction. Like I said, I'll admit my wrongs on the Chiefs defense, but that is something I told you would happen in these playoffs, is that Dan Campbell will get too aggressive and it'll be the Lions' demise. And it was. So, Super Bowl, we can talk about that. If you want to talk about the line movement early and then how it's bounced back.
Yeah, I mean, the line movement, depending on where you're looking, has really been all over the place. I mean, early, in my sources, it opened at 1.5. Where did you see it open up at?
So Vegas opened the line right off the bat as 49ers were favored by 3. By the next day, 49ers were only favored by a point to a point and a half. And then since then, it's crept back up to 2.5, and it's pretty much stayed at 2.5 for the past 3 days.
Yeah. I've seen 2 on most sportsbooks right now as of recording. So it's one sportsbook showing 2.5, but it's pretty stuck right there in the middle of 1 and 3 now. So yeah, we got 2/3 of the bettors placing their wagers on the Chiefs. No surprise there. Honestly, man, like I predicted the 49ers to make it to the Super Bowl, so I got one piece of the puzzle right. And at this point, I have a futures hedge that's still alive, 49ers plus 1,000. I need them to win, but so yeah, I don't want to get on here and say that take the 49ers because I think it's the sharper side. I mean, honestly, the public has done so well this year. I'll play devil's advocate and I'll give a case for the Chiefs because, spoiler alert, we're both on the 49ers spread this week. So, if you want, I can start by saying why you should take the Chiefs because I think it's pretty obvious we're on the 49ers and that's who we really, really want to bet in this one. So,
well, I have reasons on why you should take the 49ers, but yeah, if you want to make a case for the Chiefs,
yeah, go ahead.
It's bet the 49ers. So what you're saying is you got your futures bet placed and you're not betting the game.
I mean, I just think I think from a value.
Are you King Hedgeman and you're just gonna hedge?
At this point, I've hedged too much.
Yeah.
No, it's the last. Like I'll just let it ride because like at this point where Bills and Cowboys, didn't make it. It's like I really just need the 49ers to win at this point. But I mean, honestly, man, it's crazy that the Chiefs are underdogs. I get that the 49ers have been favorites all year, but you got the better coach, the better quarterback, the hotter team. Usually the team that's coming in covering the spread like that, usually that's the team that's going to win too. So there's a lot of reasons to take the value in the Chiefs as underdogs. So if you take that, I don't hate it. Like, and I don't love taking 49ers spread, but I think money line if you're going to play it. But you advocate for the spread right here because I think that's what you said that you're taking. So
yeah, so I've already hit it when it went down to 1.5. I've already put a regular unit on 49ers. I don't know, making Super Bowl, prepping for some Super Bowl snacks, jalapeno poppers. Gotta have chicken wings on the Super Bowl. Making
gotta
some
have
different
chicken
stuff
wings
for the boys and everything. So, and while you're cooking, it's good to have a few beers or something while you're doing that. So, I may end up putting a little bit more on it. Who knows? Buzz Tyler's a little bit
we're
sharper.
For our viewers, we'll let them know too that we're watching this one together live. So it's probably good that we're on the same team because we would jab at each other all game if we were on opposite sides. But
yeah, especially if Justin brings some like Jameson or Crown Royal there, then we might end up in the yard wrestling or something. But anyways, different stories for different times. Anyways, yeah, no, I think the 49ers is I actually disagree with you. I think the value is on the 49ers. They have been favorites in every single game this year. That's only been done one other time by the 2017 Patriots to be favored in 20 games. And I have not seen the first person in the media take San Francisco to win this game. Everybody and their mom thinks that Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs team will win the game. But the 49ers are somehow favored. Like you said, all of the tickets, 2/3 of the tickets are coming in on Kansas City, but the money has been on San Francisco ever since it dropped down to a point and a half. It's went back up. So reverse line movement there. But for football reasons, I know that the Chiefs' defense has looked excellent all year, but especially in the playoffs. And the 49ers' defense has looked bad against the Jordan Love and the Packers, and then Jared Goff and that offense. But if you really, if you step back and look at it, it's like, I know Mahomes is great, but out of the 3 games the 49ers have faced, what is the worst offense they're going to face between the Chiefs, Lions, Packers? Like I would make the argument that they're going to play their worst offense.
Yeah,
between the 3.
Yeah,
and I know giving Andy Reid 2 weeks to prep. I kind of minus that out with giving Kyle Shanahan 2 weeks to prep. I mean, I think they're going to both come in with a little bit of trick plays. Good scheme to go against each other's defense or whatever. But I think that it's kind of this 49ers defense is still legit. They still have Hall of Famers all across the board, and they've had 2 bad games, and I just think that they buckled down right here against the worst offense they played so far in the playoffs.
The keys to the 49ers' success, in my opinion, is to get out ahead early, because the Chiefs' defense in the second half has been locked down, and if the 49ers can put up more than 3 touchdowns, it's pretty much a wrap, because the Chiefs' offense, like you said, is not that great, and they're leaning on just being conservative on offense, and the defense just clamping it up. And my keys also is just for Brock Purdy to not turn it over more than twice. I mean, it's pretty much a guarantee he's going to turn the ball over. And if they can get the ball away from Patrick Mahomes, that would be amazing. Maybe just once. But if they can keep it like a 2-to-1 turnover ratio, I do think the 49ers can win and stay ahead. But if he turns it over more than 2 times, man, it's not looking good for that team. And, I mean, Brock Purdy, like we said, I said it at the beginning of the year when we did our Super Bowl predictions, he doesn't have to do much. They've got a star-studded roster full of people to just get the ball to. That's all he has to do, man. Debo, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, just give them the ball. And if they can get in the end zone a few times early, I think they do got a good chance to win it. So,
I think Spags will bring. He'll try to stop McCaffrey.
Focus too much on
make Purdy beat you. And so I do think that Brock is going to have a good game, but I think that he will. I mean, I know that their corners are lockdown corners and stuff, but Kyle's scheme is a lot of if they have a little bit of success in the run game, a lot of play action, a lot of motion and stuff. So, the corners following Ayuk and Debo and stuff, but Debo could line up in the backfield for all so is a corner going to be lined up on him in the backfield? And he still goes out for a regular route. Like I said, it's 2 very good offensive-minded head coaches going into this, but I still, the 49ers defense has the names. The Chiefs defense has been playing better, but I still think the Niners have the better defense. I do. And I think that they have the better skill position players, and I think that obviously Mahomes is better than Purdy, but is he, where he hasn't had a game in a long time where it's just like, wow, that looks like Patrick Mahomes. And I think it's a little bit, I respect it because last week he could have turned the ball over a couple times, let the Ravens back in, or 2 weeks ago, let the Ravens back into the game, but instead he was just smart and didn't turn the ball over. But they did not score a single point in the second half.
Yeah,
and another statistic that's been a thing is it's not been every drive in the I know the first Kansas City drive in every game of the playoffs has resulted in a touchdown. So
yeah,
it's going to be big to try to stop whatever Andy has coming out for that first drive. But it's like, it just seems like once they get away from what's choreographed and what Andy has planned for the first couple drives, they stall.
Yeah,
and then they lean on that defense. So the pressure is going to be on Brock. It's going to be on Ayuk and Debo and Kittle and McCaffrey. But like you've said before, once all it takes is one score for the 49ers, and next thing you know, when they get the ball back on offense, it's like 3-4 plays they're in the end zone against any defense.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy. For me, it's like the 2020 rematch right now, Chiefs 49ers, but it's like the X factor for their team is now flipped. Like it used to be the Chiefs offense, now it's the defense, and now it's the 49ers offense instead of their defense. So it's literally it's crazy because we get to see the rematch, but this time with Purdy and the best offense in the league, and
McCaffrey wasn't on that team back in 2020.
Right. So I really want the 49ers to win, not only just for the parity, but just I like Kyle Shanahan. I like the Broncos. Mike Shanahan used to coach for the Broncos. I think John Lynch, he's pretty high up in the 49ers organization. So I like the 49ers organization. I love McCaffrey as a player too. So I would much rather them win. But
well, I'm not too worried about it because they're going to. Mahomes will be 2-2.
The model that I like to reference sometimes. It's got. I think. I'm gonna check it again.
Let me guess what the score is. I'd say that the model says the score will be San Francisco 27, Kansas City 17.
You're not gonna like this. It's
It's got Kansas City winning.
it's got Chiefs 24.5. You know, it does weird number. You know, it just does.
Right.
It's like Chiefs
Right.
24 points and then San Francisco 23, 22.8. You know, so it's like it's got it like a nail biter and Chiefs win like right at the end or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked either. I mean, can we really be shocked at this
I
point?
wouldn't either because, you know, yeah, like you said, if Purdy turns the ball over multiple times, I mean, and Mahomes doesn't turn it over at all, it's going to be tough. But even then, I still, you know, like I said, it's just the 49ers offense. Like once they get in the end zone once, the next 3 drives they could end up in the end zone, and that's just not the case for the Chiefs.
I really want to see them
Yeah,
get out ahead. They're not going to come back on the Chiefs like they did the Lions. They're not going to come back, so they got to get out
well,
ahead.
maybe not from that margin, but I mean, if they get down by like,
Yeah,
you know,
if it's within 10 or something, you know, 2 possessions or something, yeah, they can come back.
yeah,
But if
I think
it's
they could come back
multiple
and win.
touchdowns, I don't know, like 2 touch, it's probably not looking so good.
Yeah, no, I don't see that type of game happening. I think in the first half it'll be back and forth a little bit. Kansas City may even be winning at halftime, but like I said, Kansas City in the second half has just not been that good. Once they get off of Andy Reid's first few drive scripts, it's Mahomes is just, you know, I mean, he still makes Mahomes play, you know, the crazy type plays here and there, but
do you think Travis has a big game here? Because it feels like the 49ers really don't want to give up, you know, any bigger plays. So it feels like the Chiefs are going to just check down to Pacheco and Kelsey like over and over. That's the only 2 they can rely on that offense. It just feels like they're going to sit there and hammer them.
I think Chiefs are going to try to establish the run because Green Bay and Detroit both had success against that front running the ball. So I think they'll try to lean on Pacheco and then, yeah, the dump downs to Travis. But I don't know. I just don't think that San Francisco's defense is that scared of this offense. Like I said, I could see it being relatively low scoring through, you know, at halftime, and then I really do. I think kind of like against the Lions, all of a sudden the 49ers offense just catches a spark, and then next thing you know, they've scored 2 or 3 touchdowns in one quarter, and the Chiefs are now having to, you know, Patrick's having to rely on MVS and Rashid Rice to catch the ball, and they're going to have to start like it's going to be able. I think the 49ers, I don't know. I just think that they get up after they get on a little bit of a hot streak on offense. They rally, you know, they put together a couple possessions together that ends up in the end zone. Then they get ahead of the Chiefs, and then it's Nick Bosa, Chase Young, and company kind of get to pin their ears back, come after Mahomes, and then he's got to rely on those receivers. And they've done better in the playoffs, but throughout the year, that's been the weakest link of this team.
Yeah, for sure. For fun, what do you think will be the controversial call? You know, last year it was like, was it the pass interference, no call or something? There's always going to be something.
I think Mahomes will get
like hit too hard,
a rough in the passer penalty, and then it'll be something similar, and Brock Purdy won't get that call, but 49ers still win.
Oh man. Well, then nobody will complain about it then. I'm thinking more of one that's like if that call went the other way, man, they wouldn't win. It's always something like that sticks out after the game. People get a bad taste. I'm just trying to speculate, you know.
To be honest,
they've let them play a lot in this playoff series. They're letting them just play, so that's good to see. Hopefully keeps that same energy going into the Super Bowl.
I said the same thing about the Ravens too, but I really could. I could see Chiefs. The 49ers winning by double digits here. Like I could see it not being that.
I feel like it's gonna be pretty close, but I mean, then again, Super Bowls really haven't been close as of past several years, have they? I think they're usually.
Well, last year Philly and Kansas City was very close.
That was one of the, you know.
And then San Fran and Kansas City when they played in 2020, it was close.
I think historically, though, the Super Bowl hasn't been a close game all the time. It's usually like 10 points.
I mean, you got Brady coming back against Atlanta, the pick against Seattle when he won. Then Broncos got smoked by the Seahawks the year before that.
The Weed Bowl.
Kansas City 49ers was close. Let's see. Rams Bengals was close. The Patriots Rams game, that was just low scoring, and then Brady and Gronk finally connected. They ran the ball in and they won 13-3, but I mean it was close the whole game, so I don't
know where I pulled that out from. Then let me let me see. Super Bowls.
When Brady and the Bucks just absolutely wiped out Kansas City, like that one was they crushed them in the Super Bowl. But since other than that, I don't think there's been one in a while that's just been a blowout. The last one I can remember is the Broncos losing to Seattle.
The Rams, Patriots. I forgot about that when you were just talking about it. Yeah, I won't forget that Atlanta, the Matt Ryan sellout versus Tom Brady. That's got to be the worst pain ever.
I put that blame on Kyle Shanahan. The play call, Julio Jones caught a ball up on the sideline in field goal range, and then they ran a pass, and Matt Ryan got sacked. They were still in field goal range. Then they ran another pass, and there was a holding call, and they got put out of field goal range. Like, literally, all you had to do was just run the ball 3 straight times right there, and even if you lose a yard or two, you're still in field goal range, and the game's over. Right. But instead, they dropped back to pass twice, and one was a sack, and one was a holding penalty. Got knocked out of field goal range.
Yeah, I'm looking though, like you said, it's a lot of variability. It's like it's either within a field goal or it's by like 20 or 30 though, or 10 or something. It's like usually pretty big. So I don't know. I think this one, I mean, the last 2 have been within a field goal, so maybe another one, maybe another field goal one. No, that's what the model says. The model says it's within a couple points.
Point. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'm going. Let's give our scores. I'm going San Fran 31. Chiefs 20.
It's 51. What's the total set at in this one? I haven't even looked.
I would guess we're probably like 50.
Oh, it said it like 47.5. I'm gonna say I do think 49ers, they tend to go back and forth with team. I could see a little bit more high scoring, kind of like the Chiefs-Eagles game. Even though the Chiefs defense have been shutting people out, I just think for the game script, for the 49ers to be able to win, it probably will be a more high scoring game. So I would say 31-27 49ers.
Okay. We both got 31. I just got a touchdown less on the Chiefs side.
Yeah.
We'll see if Mahomes can score in the second half. See if he can keep up with that offense. My guess is no.
Everybody seems to be expecting this to be an under type of game, which I don't know. I feel like it could go both ways for sure. Chiefs have been keeping it so low scoring, so I do see why that total set so low, but it seems like 49ers are going to try to get in the shootout with them because they can outshoot them out. That's the thing right now. They don't want it to be that kind of lockdown heavy kind of game.
Yep.
But
yeah, I think we'll come on here one more time. Next week, we'll just give a little recap of what we've seen in the Super Bowl, and then maybe talk a little bit about some changes we plan to make in the off season to make this better. It's nothing that's confirmed yet, but I think that we may have 2 other people that's not going to be on here with me and you, but that's going to be going over college sports, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be under the cover gang, but. That's not official or anything yet, so it's something that we're still working on. But if you like college and you bet college, it's 2 guys that's done well over the past few years betting college football. So
yeah, one of them, he was in his best 7, weekly picks. What did he went like near 60%, right? He was in the top 10 of our pick'em pool that we played for money, and so
yeah, I think I think he finished. Both of them finished in the top 10, but one guy finished 3rd, and I think he was at like 65, 66%.
Wow. Yeah, there was a lot of. I got some guys. They do a college football podcast, and they were blazing this year. So I think, I don't know if I'm saying public bettors did well in college this year or what, but people had a good read on college bettors. Just an average Joe kind of betting situation. They had a good read on college this year. So NFL we can't really say the same for us because it was a tough year. It goes directly against our fade the public kind of one-on-one logic. So it was a tough year to figure out.
But I won a good amount more than I lost this year, so I can't complain.
Yeah. My most notable improvement was when I had more confidence. I hit way more often than just when I had lower confidence. So I feel like if I can keep that momentum, that's kind of what I'm working towards. Because really, those are the games that I bet, personally, way more is when I have way more conviction. So,
right.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back for the recap of the Super Bowl. Make sure to have fun and be safe out there this weekend. If you're going for the Chiefs, you stink. Go for the 49ers. We need to see some parity in this league. That's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in. As always, let's cover the spread. Peace.
Let's go, Purdy.